Azure Arc isn't just about visibility. It's about extending the Azure native control planes across any environment.
From a leadership perspective, across the board, it's about freeing your staff and your employees to do what they do best and not be bogged down with operational inefficiency.
Azure Arc is allowing them to centrally manage policies, governance and threat detection, and that's minimising that security attack surface as well.
Hi, my name's Astha Singh, the marketing lead at cubesys, joined here by Shabaz, Darr, our senior cloud consultant, and Paul Lemaitre, who's the strategic engagement Azure lead at Microsoft. We're really excited to talk about one of our latest offerings with Azure Arc, which is Microsoft's solution for multi-cloud and hybrid cloud management. And one of the key things is to get the businesses have a clear understanding of what Azure Arc can do for them.
So Azure Arc is a Microsoft solution hosted in the cloud, but it's used as a bit of a bridge to essentially bring together organizations' environments regardless of where they're hosted. So they can be hosted on premises, it can be hosted in Azure, third-party vendor clouds as well, like Google and GCP.
For leaders focused on scalability and compliance, this is a really key offering that they should consider while redefining their hybrid cloud environments. And one of the things that I really like about this offering is governance, accelerating the innovation for their businesses. Isn't that right, Shabaz?
100%, and that's a bit of a game changer, because when you talk about managing these different resources, you're going to have a unified governance, unified policy, unified security measures, which again is going to create less overhead for organizations and allow them to focus on other areas of the business.
From a leadership perspective, across the board, it's about freeing your staff and your employees to do what they do best and not be bogged down with operational inefficiency. And that's what the whole key thing about this solution is that we call Azure Arc.
100%. It's about allowing your IT admins and your IT teams to focus on areas to improve the business, because they're not firefighting and managing alerts and things like that in different areas. With Azure Arc, they're able to see that in a single pane of glass across the entire platform, again, regardless of where it's hosted. So again, they can focus on improving user experience and making the employers and employees more productive.
My name's Paul Lemaitre. I work in the Azure business at Microsoft, strategic engagement specialist in the mid-enterprise area of Microsoft. So yeah, welcome everyone. Well, Azure Arc isn't just about visibility. It's about extending the Azure native control planes across any environment, whether it's on-prem, AWS, Google, or even those edge locations, be it running CCTVs or other elements within those satellite locations that you have. One of the key differentiators is that you're not locked into any specific ecosystem. Azure Arc allows you to standardize the whole governance, security and management of those diverse infrastructures from your Azure portal.
Exactly, if a customer's still running on sort of on-premises or adopting a multi-cloud strategy, it's going to give them that uniformity and that single pane of glass across policy, management of resources and monitoring of resources.
Many organisations, they're juggling multiple tools for compliance, as I said, for governance and for security, and this does increase your licensing costs. So one of the things when you do look at implementing Arc, you're able to start looking at how do I retire other third-party software tools which is embedded as functionality in Arc, and you're leveraging your existing Microsoft licenses. So when you look at that, you can then start to streamline your cost of managing policy enforcement, security, and even if you're looking at Kubernetes, it helps manage those components as well. That simplifies and gets you an efficiency save.
And that is huge for us at cubesys. We've seen businesses eliminate sort of costly third-party monitoring tools by using Azure Monitor, Log Analytics and these sort of services that Azure Arc enables. It's also streamlining that cloud spend as well and giving organizations more control and visibility of essentially where their money's going, which area of the business is spending money on these resources.
Security and compliance are non-negotiables, especially in those finance and healthcare and government industries. The benefit of Azure Arc and what that enables you to do is to allow you to push out and use other security products like Defender for Cloud, Defender for Server, Azure Policies, Sentinel, All those elements allow you not just to use it in an Azure workload environment, but other non-Azure environments.
Yeah, spot on. We've seen many customers struggle with maintaining security across multiple platforms and maintaining the policy in this hybrid time that we find ourselves in. Azure Arc is allowing them to centrally manage policies, governance and threat detection, and that's minimizing that security attack surface as well.
Well, the beautiful thing with it is you can take a phased approach with this. So it's not like you have to go and do everything right away. I would suggest start by doing an assessment. Have a look where it's going to deliver greatest value for that. Post that assessment, you can then look at doing this in a phased approach. And the beautiful thing with Arc, it's agent-based. There's no heavy infrastructure required.
Exactly, and we at cubesys take customers through that sort of structured adoption journey, and we start that with sort of small scale Azure Arc proof of concepts and then slowly work our way to a more larger deployment within the organisation.
Thank you both for the fantastic insights. We've covered security, compliance, regulatory requirements, vendor consolidation, cost optimization, and whatnot. If you're interested to discuss more about Azure Arc, please be in touch with Paul Lemaitre at Microsoft or Shabaz or myself at cubesys. Thank you.